Today we are in Singapore, and if you watch our last video, you know that we are flying from Brisbane to Bangkok. But today we have an 18 hours layover in Singapore, and we are on a mission trying to do as many things as we can.
This thing behind me and everything around it is one of the reasons why Singapore Airport is considered one of the most beautiful in the world. So this thing's called the Jewel, and it's an indoor waterfall, and it's about 10 stories high. It drops 10 stories through 5 above ground and 5 below ground stories. One of the great things about the Singapore Changi Airport is that it's got so much greenery around, and most of it is actually alive. These things behind me and in the distance are giant green spires that go from floor nearly to ceiling, and they're featuring living plants. I don't know how they do it, but it's really remarkable.
There are even nets that you can walk on. Walking at the Jewel is so hard because everywhere you walk there are always seeing someone because everyone is taking photos. Anyway, now we need to find a bus, so we're trying to go to the city, and it's very rainy outside.
It's our first time in Singapore, so we don't really know our way around. We just tried to go get a train into the city, but you need a special card, or you need to go to the desk to buy a ticket, and it's cash only. We don't have any cash, so we're going up to where there's Wi-Fi so we can figure it out.
We gave up on the bus. We decided that we just downloaded the app Grab, which is like Uber in Singapore and in Thailand as well, and we will try to get that. I feel home. The rain, the humidity, the tropical forest. It's basically like staying in North Queensland.
We made it to our hotel. It's a capsule hotel where we sleep in pods. I've never done this before, and if you want to check that out, we'll put another video up pretty soon. But right now we're going to go take a walk and see what we can see.
Behind me you can see one of the most iconic spots in Singapore. I think it's actually our hotel, but you can go up and see the beautiful view of Singapore. We're probably not going to do that tonight because it's raining, so the view is going to be quite cloudy. But I've been told by a friend that the view is actually better than New York City. So if you're here and you have more time, definitely check it out. They have otters in the bay. I want to see one now. So far, Singapore gives me the idea of a mix between a European city and a very, very modern Australian city that doesn't exist yet. But it's very tropical, hot, tropical and humid, but it's also very modern, and it has history as well, like in places like Chinatown, Little India. Very, very cool. After that we got lost 200 times, we finally made it to Garden by the Bay. There are two beautiful domes here to visit, the Cloud Forest and the Flower Dome, but unfortunately we got here too late. But there are these awesome light trees, and there is an event called the Chinese New Year of the Rabbit, so we are going to visit that. This guy behind me is the Chinese god of fortune, and this year is holding the golden fish, which is the symbol of prosperity, everlasting prosperity.
This Chinese New Year exhibit is only here for 8 days, so we got incredibly lucky. We landed smack bang in the middle of it.
It's amazing. These trees are much bigger than what you would expect from a photo. I'm so happy we stopped in Singapore. Let's go check out the food.
Okay. Code for pay? No? Okay. There's a food section we walked through to see if we could find something to eat. Unfortunately, we needed cash, which we didn't get because we didn't think that far ahead. And to pay with their little pay QR code, we needed a Singapore bank account, which we don't have. So we ended up looking at all this delicious food, getting ourselves nice and hungry, and we couldn't buy anything. So we're gonna go see if we can find some food because we're both getting quite tired and hungry.
I would love to know what is the deal with that. We had to run to the hotel. We are soaking wet because it was raining. We just stopped in a little restaurant to eat.
It smells amazing. My excited face.
So this crab rice and Aaron got some Thai style fish.
Yeah, we had a pretty short night in the capsule hotel. And if you want to find out more about that, watch this next video. But right now we need to go to the airport and catch our next flight.
Thank you so much. Here we are again.
One thing I really like about Singapore airports is there's always something to see and or do. So we've got about an hour before we go on our flight or board our flight. So we just come around for a bit of an explore and we found these sunflower gardens, which would be better in full sun, but we can't change the weather. They're still really pretty though.
I mean, there is a sunflower garden inside an airport. How cool is that? Something that we forgot to tell you yesterday is that to go to the Jewel, the big waterfall, you actually need to enter Singapore because it's in a separate area of the airport. But we found entering Singapore very, very easy, and I think it is if you hold a passport from certain countries. So definitely if you transit through Singapore airport, go have a look if you have enough time. Thank you, bye! Yesterday we took out 2.5 hours flight from Singapore to Thailand, so now we are here. We wish we had more time to visit Singapore. Hopefully one day we will be back. We really loved it. It's a beautiful city. I don't love cities, but Singapore is really beautiful. The architecture, the cleanness, it really feels like a beautiful, fancy, rich city.
And other than that, it seems like there was heaps of stuff to see and do, and we've only just scratched the surface. So let's just say we'll be back there when we can. But we are in Thailand now, which is exciting. Hopefully heaps of adventures to come. So if you'd like to see what we get up to, make sure you keep watching our channel.
And if you like this video, make sure to leave us a like, a comment, share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.